with you for another week. Try to get my camera a little more straight there. Realize there's a lot of headroom here using a different contraption than I normally use. So thanks for bearing with me. That's my mass communication parts coming out and some of the things that I've studied. If you're new, I'm Tim Fortescue, an IFS trained practitioner, just working alongside folks in their IFS journey. And I really resonate with the spirituality of IFS. That being said, this channel and this group is not religious, but I really resonate with the spirituality of IFS. And the model's been so life-changing for me, and I'm so grateful to be able to share it with others. You can find more about me on my website, faithfullygrowing.com. I want to let you know too, before we jump into the content, that I have the doors open now for the Faithfully Growing Community Annual Pass. And what that is for $108, you get access for a year to the community, which includes a weekly drop-in for IFS practitioners and a separate drop-in for everyone, as well as a library of resources to help you on your parts work journey. And the community is always open for monthly membership of $9 a month, but periodically throughout the year, I do the annual pass, and it gives you a couple more perks, including access to IFS courses that I put out. Try to do a couple a year, as well as there is a challenge that I've put together to help you work your way through the book, No Bad Parts. And there's one other perk that I am not remembering right now, but check that out, and you can get the annual pass, faithfullygrowing.com/annual pass, and I'll put that in the comments of this video. Additionally, while you're on the website, if you would like to make a donation to keep IFS accessible to all and allow me to do things like this, you can click that donate button there. But know that I'm grateful that you're here regardless, and I hope that this is a resource that can be helpful for you. And so let's jump into our content for a bit. And as we go throughout the time today, if you have questions, put them in the chat and I'll engage with them at the end of our time. And if you're watching a recording, know that you can put your questions into, and I'll address those next week on the live. Do this each week on Tuesdays here. But today, going to talk just a bit about identifying core beliefs and how those core beliefs affect our lives and our journey externally as well as internally with our parts. And core beliefs are deeply held views. Often they are parts, but they could be a trailhead for many parts to come around. And these beliefs, since they are so core, they influence our behavior, our decisions, and interactions with others. I know I have had a trailhead, it's a trailhead for me that activates many parts of a core belief that I'm not capable or I don't belong. And this belief, when it's extreme, can lead those parts that are trying to protect me, thinking that I'm younger now and they're even younger, to lead to self-sabotage and some of that belief coming true because my young parts are leading life, not realizing that I'm capable. And so I constantly have to be aware about that. And as I'm aware and get into a more self-led place, I discover that it stemmed from parts of me trying to protect me from shame and keeping me from going down a shame spiral. Thanks for bearing with me today. Still getting over a cold, which is why I'm having to clear my throat a little more. And as I've got to know this trailhead of not being capable and the parts that come up around it, I know them more and they know me more, they trust me more, and they realize that things are different now. They don't have to work so hard. And so as we go throughout our meditation today, notice parts that show up frequently and the core beliefs. Some of those parts may be perfectionism, overcautiousness, and these aren't bad. They're doing the best they can and they bring us gifts that help us, but they're not alone. Maybe it's over preparing, or maybe it's a scarcity mindset. And just see if you can ask these parts what beliefs they hold about you, the relationships that you're in, and the world around you. Some common core beliefs. First of all, religious core beliefs can run deep, and things are different now. And it's good to look at those. And even a belief, I'm not worthy, or the world is dangerous, or I need to prove myself, are some common beliefs. And these beliefs really impact our lives and relationships, and beliefs drive behavior like overworking. Maybe it activates those overworking parts, avoiding conflict, and seeking validation externally. And so reflect on these beliefs and how they influence your actions and relationships. And ask parts, maybe challenging some of those core beliefs that may be limiting now. Again, from a very curious and compassionate place, but maybe helpful to ask your parts if these beliefs are still true or necessary, and update them, remind them who you are, and tap into that self-energy of that curiosity and compassion to gently challenge maybe some outdated beliefs. And maybe, for example, you're able to shift from I'm not enough to I'm enough as I am. And so take time to sit with your parts this week, and we'll do a little of that right now, but just looking at those core beliefs and exploring how these beliefs are shaping your life. And I'm talking to myself here as much as I am to you, and again, it could be a part or it could be a trailhead for identifying many different parts, and maybe the parts that are reacting to each other could be a glorious trailhead to go down. And I'll assist you a little bit with that today. And it may be helpful to explore how these beliefs are shaping your life, and invite the parts to release those beliefs or trust you a little more, because some of what they're doing that is tied up in those beliefs may not be serving as well as they may think, and there may be an easier way. And so let's begin our meditation and just looking at core beliefs and parts that arise around them. As we begin, find a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allow your body to soften, releasing any tension that you may be holding. You can gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. And just see if we could turn inward and explore for just a few minutes those core beliefs that might be shaping our experience. It may be helpful to start by just focusing on that breath more, breathing in through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Let each breath bring you more into the present moment. Notice how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. And with each breath, just see if you can invite a sense of calmness or curiosity. to wash over you. And be aware of those parts that may be resistant and aren't feeling the calm. Let them know they're welcome too. Maybe we could give them some attention today. Now bring your attention to your heart space, the center of your being, where you can connect with your core, where that calmness and curiosity is coming from. Just let your awareness settle here for a moment. From this place of calm, invite a part of yourself that may hold a core belief, or maybe it's a group of parts that come up around a core belief. Just invite them in. There's no need to force anything. Simply notice which part might want your attention right now. Might be a part that's striving, protecting, or perhaps feeling cautious. And if it's hard to extend just a drop of that compassion or curiosity, it's likely another part. See if it could soften back. Or maybe it needs some attention right now. And as the part that needs your attention the most makes itself known, just check in and see if you could extend it, just a drop of curiosity and openness. You might notice a sensation in your body, an image or a feeling of how you're sensing into this part. Whatever shows up, just allow it to be here. You're in a safe space, but it makes sense that it may not trust that yet. It's not alone. And from a place of compassion, if you can, maybe ask the part, what core belief are you holding? And listen carefully to the response. It might tell you something about yourself, like, I'm not good enough, or about the world, people can't be trusted. Whatever it shares, acknowledge it with compassion. Be aware if there's resistance to that compassion. Let that part know that it's welcome to. This part is carrying a belief. It's held for a long time. Perhaps trying to protect you in some way. Again, thanks for bearing with me here. You don't need to fix it. Just allow this part to express what it believes. Now ask this part, maybe how this belief is it aware of how it's impacting your life? Maybe it's impacted your actions, your relationships, how you see yourself. And let this part that comes up around this core belief know that you see that it's working hard, it's doing the best that it can. But the belief may be holding you back now. There may be a different way. See if you could partner together with this part. Remind it who you are today. If this part's open, invite it to consider a new perspective. It could be something like, I'm enough as I am. You're enough as you are. Let it know that. The world can be a safe place for me. Or maybe this part can find safety in you, knowing that you're driving the bus now. But there are cautions that it keeps you aware of, that you need. And you don't have to force it. Simply offer it as a gentle possibility. And allow this part to sit, if it wants to, with this new perspective for a moment. There's no rush, no pressure. Just let it know that over time it's okay to explore other beliefs that might be more supportive for your current life, who you are today. Before we close, just take a moment to thank this part for showing up and sharing with you. Let it know that you're here to continue working with it, and that it can trust you to guide the process moving forward, but it may not be there yet, and that makes sense too. Let it know you can spend more time with it, but just send this part or parts gratitude that came up around core beliefs. Send gratitude to the parts that were able to soften back. Let them know they can have a chance in the future too. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes if they were closed and bring your awareness back to the present moment. And see if you can carry with you the sense that you can explore and shift core beliefs that no longer serve you at your own pace. But thank you for taking the time and for bearing with my voice. I feel fine, but scratchy throat, to connect with your parts today and be gentle with yourself as you continue this journey. I really wanted to show up and stay consistent even with my scratchy throat, and so thank you again. Now hang tight for just a bit. Thanks for those thumbs up. If you have questions or comments and you're watching the live, you can type them in, or feel free to type your comments in throughout the week, and I'll make note of those and bring them up next week. Do this each week, same time you're on the channel. If you haven't already, I encourage you to like and subscribe, and reach out. Send me an email anytime to tim@faithfullygrowing.com if you have questions. And with that, I'm going to chime off for now, but thanks so much for your courage. Take care.